So we finally have a bit more insight into Star Wars Visions coming up in September of this year, just a few months away. And as of this moment, I'm really excited about it. I'm going to tell you why. Here we go. Renegade Online. So to be sure, on the big screen, Lucasfilm thus far in the Star Wars universe, with the exception perhaps of Rogue One, has been largely disappointing, to say the least. On the small screen, we've gotten such great shows like The Mandalorian, even if it does tend to get a bit formulaic, and the animated series of Clone Wars Season 7 and now The Bad Batch are doing their jobs admirably. Now, when it comes to new Star Wars product, it's understandable that we all get a little apprehensive when these things get announced or when we start seeing teasers. Oh God, what is it really going to be? What are they going to do now? How are they going to screw up Star Wars? Well, Visions gives me a reason to be optimistic at this point, and I'm really excited by this. Now, if you're not an anime fan or you never really watched anime, this might not be quite your cup of tea. However, if you are an anime fan, if you are familiar with the genre of animation that entails, then I think this might be right up your alley. See, one of the great things about this Star Wars upcoming show Visions in September is that it involves several different legitimate Japanese pedigreed animation studios. They all hail from various prefectures in Tokyo, Japan, giving us legitimate anime at this point. That's number one that I really like, as opposed to using American studios that just kind of look like anime. Number two, all of these stories so far seem to be suggesting that they're completely disconnected from one another. They're all independent shorts, meaning that one story is not going to tie into the next. We'll get 9 separate episodes of this show that all are going to tell very different tales. And each studio appears to have been given pretty much carte blanche to go in and tell whatever story they like in the anime style. Effectively, what this sounds like is that the creators of these traditional Japanese animation studios, have been given Star Wars as a skin to wrap over their animation style. So if you think of video games these days, like Minecraft or Roblox or Fortnite, they all have a core element to it that looks like Minecraft, Roblox, and Fortnite. But within different games or different versions or different types, you have different skins that you can lay on top your character to make it look like Star Wars or Indiana Jones or Predator or Alien, or fill in the blank. So I think that's kind of the same vein of what we're getting here, obviously with a much more intricate story component than something like that. On the Star Wars website, we've got some information here, and they talk about some of the studios, and you can look up some of these studios for yourself on Google and Wikipedia. So from the Star Wars website, mark your calendars, we won't have long to wait for the series. It arrives September 22nd on Disney+. In developing the series, Lucasfilm made the decision to let the creators tell the stories they wanted to tell, whether they feature established or original characters, without a need to tie into the larger chronology. Quote, "We really wanted to give these creators a wide creative berth to explore all the imaginative potential of the Star Wars galaxy through the unique lens of anime," James Waugh said. Quote, "We realized we wanted to have these be as authentic as possible to the studios and creators who are making them, made through their unique process, in a medium they're such experts at. So the idea was, this is their vision, riffing off all the elements of the Star Wars galaxy that inspired them, hopefully to make a really incredible anthology series unlike anything we've seen before in the Star Wars galaxy." So again, they've given these animation studios, these Japanese animation studios, pretty much free rein, carte blanche, to go in and tell the stories they'd like to. But there's an important part that goes with this, and that is that all of these studios are such big Star Wars fans. So that's one of the things that gives me a lot of hope, and a lot of the creators in there talk about, bringing that level of fandom and the love they have for Star Wars and then kind of telling their own story in traditional Japanese style. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and you can go down the list and see some of the studios involved: Kamikaze Duga, Geno Studio, Studio Colorido, Trigger, Kinema Citrus, Science Saru, Production IG. All of these studios are doing at least one, and some of them doing two, of these anime shorts for Lucasfilm for Star Wars. So let me know what you guys think. I'm interested to hear everybody's opinion. And again, I know anime isn't something that is everybody's cup of tea. But for those of you who do enjoy anime, I hope you'll give this a chance. And even if you don't, I hope you will give it a chance. Because I think the thing to remember is, even if there's an episode or short in there or two that you don't really care for, the next one is going to be something completely different. So I would suggest treating each of these 9 pieces as separate works, because they are, and take a look and see what you think. So anyway, tell me what you think. Leave a comment below, share the video out. I'd love to get everybody's thoughts on this. Be respectful with it. Like I said, I know Star Wars has given us a bunch of crap up to this point, with, again, exceptions, but I think this is going to be something that's going to be really fun. Again, I'm an anime fan. I have been for many years. My kids are, so I think that they'll look forward to it as much as I have. And I think, again, the biggest thing for me is that they've actually retained legitimate traditional Japanese animation studios in Tokyo to do this work. And apparently they're all Star Wars fans. So I'm going to give them a wide berth on this one. I'm going to hope that they put out something great. I think they will, and I'm looking forward to it. Take care.